Good morning, people. Hang on a sec. Got that this no longer switches scenes automatically, so we gotta go here. Cool. Hear myself talking, so that's working. There's the 75, or this is the 125. Zoom in on that. Self-implico, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Zoom. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Guys, cool. I like them. A lot of glare going on here. Ah. And it didn't help. But he's cool. Anyway, good morning, people. What's going on?
John Mackenzie said, "Good morning, weirdos."
Good morning, weirdo. You say hi to everybody. I got to change my camera or whatever. Reposition the camera.
Fishcapade said, "Good morning, Jason and everyone."
Good morning. All right. Good morning, Andy Carson. Good morning. Victor C. What's up, man? Empire of Dirt, Jeff Kane. Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane. What's going on, man? Good morning. Go over here. We got some stuff to do today, and I just realized right before the stream that I'm pretty sure a dirty cat was involved in this, but none of the air is moving on the top of these tanks here. She'll probably chew through that cable again, and I'm going to kill her. All right. Window liquor number 5. What's up, man? Good morning. Bruiser CB. Good morning, sir. I did say Andy Carson, right? Good morning, Andy. 3G. What's up, dude? Good morning. Shirley, the Moneyless Maven. Good morning. Jody P. Good morning. Xanadu. What's up, Xanadu? Good morning. Good morning. Where we at here? Fishcapades. Good morning. Bionic Bigfoot. Good morning.
Andy Carson said, "Lily, run!"
She better run. She's in trouble and she knows it. John McKenzie, man. Good morning. Oh, all right. I think I said the good mornings. If I missed you, I apologize. But all right, what do we got? Well, I want to figure out why there's no air moving in any of these tanks, so let me go over here. First thing I noticed was this tank. Oh, the light's not even on it, but I did notice it. Hang on. Oh! I guess I could turn the light on and probably help. By the way, I did pick up this. Probably going to deal with that today.
That's lovely,
That's right. Well, there is some air moving, but it's pathetic. All right, hang on. Oh, okay. Let's figure this out. Air moving like crazy in this one. That's why the top tank's not getting it. That one's got air. No, that's not air. That's I don't know, Lily. What is going on? All right, hang on. We're getting there. Let me get down below here. Figure out if there's a cat involved in this, and if so, why does she must die?
Bionic Bigfoot said, "What flavor was the airline?"
Black cherry, I guess licorice. Black licorice, I don't know. Silicone flavored. All right. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this real quick without like huge amounts of hassle. So I guess huge amount of hassle it is. There's no air moving on these bottom tanks.
Said, "All bells and whistles working." Good
Awesome.
morning.
Good morning. All right, I can already tell I can feel air moving out of this. Lily. Bite marks all in this.
Victor C said, "The cat maybe just does not care at all."
I don't think the cat does care. And now that I feel, why am I feeling air moving all over the place? Oh my God, there's air. This is it, right up here. Lillian! Little cat, better run. I'll kill you, little cat. That better? I don't know. Better or worse? Still not getting any air out of that one.
Window licker
Whoa.
#5 said the cat is jealous of the fish.
Cat's gonna get mauled. Alright, we got air moving down below here again.
Fishcapade said, what did you do to anger Lily?
I didn't do anything to anger Lily. Lily does it to anger me. Go have a chat with his little cat. You laying over here, little Lil. You think you're innocent, huh? What have you done? Hmm? Like, I don't know what I did, but I like these scritches. Lucky, Lily. Lucky you're cute. Alright. So now, I got air moving in the bottom tank. On the bottom rack here. Ow. This one on the... This one's like chooching way too hard. There we go.
The moneyless maven, Shirley, said whatever happened, it's all his fault.
That's right. There's no air moving out of that one. Maybe it's just clogged. No air. There's barely any more. Let me see where these go. Gonna need a step stool. And that's upstairs. Alright, hang on. We'll be right back. Alright. Back. With a step ladder. Kind of see behind this tank. Now this is where the airline goes. Alright, that's that. Where does it go from here? Where do we go from here? Oh, maybe it's just not open up enough. Maybe these got bumped, I don't know. It seemed like more air came out of it. Maybe those air stones are just clogged. I guess we could get in this tank and do a little maintenance. Whoops. This kind of little algae ridden.
Fishroom said good morning.
Good morning. What's going on? Alright, well we need to do these mops anyway, so let me pull this mop out. And then we got all that algae in there. These are the fricatitas. This is a yellow mop. The next one would go in there would be green. Not seeing any eggs. Nope, I see some eggs. Now what are the fricatitas? Forgot about it. Alright, green. Pull the green mop out for now. Get out of the way, pupper.
Bionic Bigfoot said good morning, fish dreams.
Good morning, fish dreams.
Victor C said, Jason, are those new headphones?
No, these are the ones I used to replace my old headphones. The ones that kind of crapped out on me. Hang on. I'm going to set this mop here for now. I am going to bring the step stool over here so I can get in here. That cord. I'm stepping on it. On. Here we go. Alright. Try and get this wad of algae out of here. Holy cow. Some serious hair algae growing right now. Gonna be a water change in the future for this one. Got all this on there. Whoa! Algae almost went everywhere. Mm-hmm. This is lovely. Ugh. Try and free up the algae from the... Pull up a little plant.
Fishcapade said Jason.
So.
Have you given any thought to capitalizing on your gift that is growing algae? Oh.
If I could, I would. But I'm not sure how to capitalize on it. I think maybe if I dried it out and turned it into a fuel source, I could make a lot of money. Burn it. Keep your home hot in the winter. Warm your house. Other than that, I really don't have any idea. There's we can hear all the water running in the background. There's two tanks. The saltwater tank needs some water added to it, and so does the Daka tank. Both low and making a whole bunch of noise. Blackbeard. Just doing a quick cursory cleaning here.
The moneyless maven, Shirley, said open a day camp for ottos and pandagaras and other algae eaters.
That's
Win-win.
lovely, that is.
Fishstream said blend it as clay and bee pollen, flatten and dry feed to shrimp.
There's an idea.
Fishcapade said
dried it
Jason,
and
it's
fed it.
easy. Just go on the internet and tell people they can purchase your special brand of algae right from the famous depths unknown himself
There you
and
go.
bam riches.
And step 3, profit. Oh, if it was only that easy.
SWFL Aquatic said how long can I keep green beans in the fridge before they go bad pleco food?
I don't know. I guess if you wouldn't eat it after a certain point, I don't think they would eat it, or I don't know if I would feed it to them after that. They probably still would eat it. Problem is, like, I think the problem you worry about is, like, at some point you're going to introduce something that's going to cause them to bloat or get sick. Oh my god. Alright. I think we're good on that. Let's take this. Fix the air tube. Might have just been a clogged airline at this point. That's chooching pretty good. So let's clean the sponge while we're here.
Window Licker #5 said, Didn't someone get rich selling farts in a jar on the interweb?
I mean, maybe. Didn't get rich from me, that's for sure.
3G said they eat their poop. What the problem?
What the problem? Who eats their poop? I don't know any fish that eats their poop. Shrimp might clean it. Pick through for the good stuff. Alright. I think that's that.
Said WFL Aquatics said, so I assume the brown beans are no good.
Yeah, I think if the green beans turn brown, yeah, that's probably not a good sign. I don't think I'd be feeding those. Alright, let me clean this sponge. Oh. Okay, turn that off. Let us get rid of this algae real quick. Let us go back over here. Put this sponge back together. We'll turn it upside down. Why not?
Bionic Bigfoot said I feed my pleco collard greens. They love it.
I bet. Yeah, I should probably introduce some more. Whoa. Hey, guess what happened? I don't know. There we go. The airline popped off. Shocker. Graham Co-op airline fall off? Never. God damn it, this freaking thing. Can't see what I'm doing. Oh, I hot glued this one on at one point. That's interesting. Alright, I think we got that. Let's move this to the side, and I guess I'm going to do a water change. So we'll deal with that. I forgot to wash my mug, so I'm using a generic coffee mug today. Bear with me. Water change, water change. It's time for a water change. See, we pick up off the bottom. A whole bunch of mold. And algae. Don't forget the algae. I feel like I shouldn't let that go up the tube. What did I just do with the... Oh, there it is. Spin the slider around. I can stand. There we go. Probably in your way for a second, but hang on. Come on now. There we go. Whoa. That. You guys come over this way.
Fishcapade said better door than a Windows Jason low.
I know. I know. Sorry. Just trying to catch the algae before it got all sucked up. Cleaning the mulm. Probably moves this coffee. Blackberry algae in my black coffee. Alright, let's clean this because I guarantee it's already clogged. Yep.
Windowlicker Hash5 said so update on the blue inline RV filters. They clogged quickly and only worked for a few water changes, but I didn't keep them wet.
Interesting. And those are just
Fishcapade said yes, Jason saved that totally monetizable tank gold. One day you'll realize and write Laurel.
Yeah, maybe.
Ondai Carson said at SWFL, I've had good luck freezing beans in a single layer, then bagging them so can feed however much I need easily.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Should try that.
Bionic Bigfoot said special blend coffee.
That's right. Alright, well we got that chooching again, that's cool.
Fishcapade said Jason, it's like how bacon used to be thrown away before people realized that was a mistake at all.
That definitely was a mistake. How can you throw away bacon? Like, what is it, lobster, right? Lobster was prison food back in the day. What they fed the like inmates in like the 1800s because it was cheap. Like cockroaches of the sea, basically. Some marketing term turned that around. Marketing team, I should say. Alright, that's probably good. I don't want to get too crazy. Oh, I'm already crazy.
Jenny Lynn said good morning,
Jenny
Jason,
Lynn.
and everyone.
Good morning, Jenny Lynn. Alright. Alright, we'll probably just leave that right there because I'm sure we're going to be using it again. Clean it again, make sure we didn't get nothing stuck in it. A little bit. Okay.
Bionic Bigfoot said good morning, Jenny Lynn.
Good enough. Alright, now we need to fill. 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 There we go. my sunburned neck. Been out in the sun a lot this week. Holy cow. It's been hot. Brutal hot. Fishing and lurking. Oh, I'm on the way up top there. Woo! Jody's off to work, man. That stinks. But have a good day. That other one's not working either. I think we might have to get in there and just clean that one. I can put... Speaking of that, I got to feed. I got brine shrimp ready to feed.
Fishcapade said work is for quitters.
Let me start the process of this.
Window Liquor
settling.
#5 said, so I bought a 2-block inline filter like yours. I'm going to put shut-off valves on it to keep wet and see how that goes. I'm not going back to gassing off buckets.
Oh yeah, none of that. Yeah, those RV filters, how you said, so the clog, like you got the ones like carbon block or whatever and sediment. Ones you just hook into a hose. Yeah, and it clogged really quick? That's interesting. And I guess you got to keep them wet. Well, the thing with the canister ones is they stay wet all the time. They're always like in, you know, once you shut the water off, they're just sitting in water. Okay. Top this tank off. Probably good. Yeah, we'll get a few more seconds. Then get him up there. That's good. Just keep that there for now. I am going to move further on down the line here. Move all this stuff over there. All my fish food extravaganza.
Bionic Bigfoot said liquor #5.
Maybe we should go. Can you see that from here? Kinda. Let's go.
Andy Carson said, oh no, now WWJD also stands for what would Jason do?
That's right. It's always stood for that as far as I was concerned. Whenever that first came out, it's the first thing I said. What would Jason do?
Fishcapade said chooch Jason chooch.
Choochin'! Choochin', there we go, look at that. Mess. Barely see the tank. In the tank, I should say. But we got things to take care of that. Let me get the algae tray. And start by grabbing this algae. Thick. Oh my god. There's guppy grass all intertwined in this too.
Bionic Bigfoot said, hello, liquor #5. Fishcapade said, Jason, where's the button for hair Algier?
Yeah. We need a button for one of those now. The green hair algae. I don't know if there's like a Captain Green Hair. Or, I don't know. Maybe Medusa? The only person I know with green hair. Well, I don't really know her. Just heard of her. Let's not meet. But she got a raw end of the deal, man. Honestly. Some goddess was just jealous because she was beautiful. And you know what?
Fishcapade said, Jason, it will be a hair metal guy with bright green hair.
Here comes the rain again.
SWFL Aquatic said, I just feed my crayfish hair algae.
falling on my
Interesting.
head like a new
Andy Carson said the Grinch
emotion.
has green hair.
There you go. There you go. There's a good one. There is a razor blade right here. So I'm going to try and clean this green spot off the glass. I'm trying not to get my shirt wet. Then maybe I'll be able to see in this tank and then we can do some other stuff. Fishymon's on the loose. What's up, Fishymon? Fishymon.
Window licker #5 said mine is a screw-in, not a hardline, which I can jack it into the kitchen sink and have temp control when I fill.
Gotcha. Oh, sounds like it works.
Fisherman64 said good morning everyone and Jazrin.
Good morning, sir. How we doing on this fine day? I'm gonna grab some of this algae right here.
Fishcapade said hide your fish, hide your wife. Fishymon is on W loose.
Hide your kids. Alright, I'm gonna move back. Whoops. Oh my god. We're all tangled here. Hold on, people, hold on. There we go.
Congratulations. Fishyman64 on the membership milestone.
Snap.
Fishyman64 has been an extraordinary aquarist for 22 months.
22 months. Right on, brother. Appreciate that. And congrats. What is going on here? So much algae.
Congratulations, Jenny Lynn, on the membership milestone.
Jenny Lynn!
Jenny Lynn has been an extraordinary aquarist for 22 months.
Right on. Congrats. Oh, we're getting close to a year. 2 years, I mean. That's awesome. Should be in September, I believe, is when 2 years hits. I guess that would be 2 months from now. Kind of makes sense. This needs to get moved back here so I can get in here. The razor blade's kind of very rusty. Maybe time to swap it out for a new one. But we're almost done with this, so. At least the scraping glass part.
Fishdream said this algae scraping is satisfying.
It is kind of satisfying, honestly. With all this algae, it's very not. These leaves are getting covered in whatever this green. It's like kind of fuzzy green algae, I guess. I don't know.
Geek Boy said middle finger emoji.
Good morning, Geek Boy. How's it going, man? This whatever this weird hair algae or this fuzz algae is growing on these leaves.
Window licker #5 said the bot doesn't like my comment about the cat. I've retyped it 3 times.
Uh-oh.
Geek Boy said algae scrapping is his aquascaping.
That's right. That's right. That's how I aquascape. Let me see if I can read your thing about
Bionic Bigfoot said, what hair algae? I have too many pleco, it all gone.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need, more plecos, right? Alright, what did I get by? The bot doesn't like my things, we can... Line is a screw, I don't know, I guess it didn't even read it at all, because I don't see it. Might have had some inappropriate word. The bot scrubs those. Let's see if we can get this wad of algae off this rock. Or this is a log. Malaysian driftwood, actually. The whole reason we were doing this is to get in here, change the air. We're going to fix the air stone.
Fishroom said, I have baby plecos, but have never shipped.
Nice. Well, I don't think I've never really shipped either.
Said
So.
nothing to weird about it. Strange.
Interesting. Just try typing it in regular chat and I can see it. Nothing weird about it. Maybe it was trying to spam too often, I guess. There's that filter on there. Enough of this. Get the air stone out. Maybe it's the filter that's clogged. That doesn't seem to have a problem, but this does. Get in it.
Andy Carson said, I bet a person could buy a bunch of pirates. Then after figuring out which are male, resell them for twice the price. Fishstream said, Jason, you could be my shipping guinea pig.
What kind of plecos? Don't tell me bristle nose. You could ship, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. Throw them all in this tank and see what happens.
Geek Boy said common plecos.
Common plecos, oh Jesus. I don't know if I got enough space for them.
Fishstream said super red, long fin and yellow blue eye.
Yeah, those are bristle nose, right? Ugh. I'm gonna have to pass. There is a pleco, or there should be a pleco in here. Honestly, I haven't seen it since forever. It was a 333 from Fishymon.
Window licker #5 said animal cruelty tight.
Oh. Hang on.
Andy Carson said stupid autocorrect. New rights, not pirates.
Airites. Ah, there's an idea. Those stupid eggs, man. That's really what turns me off from the Nerites is
Geek
those
Boy
eggs.
said that is because plecos are not real.
Or figment. All right. See if we can get this to chooch again. Yeah. A little slow, but it's working. All right, yep. All right, now let's do the water change. Maybe we can actually see in this tank for a hot minute. There was a pleco in here at one point. Let's see if maybe we have to go looking for him. Let's get some of this water changed out. And we will see. All the other plecos that I got have been in these, are still in these tanks. I'm gonna bring that back over here. It's 100% gonna clog.
Bionic Bigfoot said the algae ate pleco.
The algae ate the pleco, yeah. I mean, would that surprise you in this tank? Not surprise me. Look at all this mold everywhere. Holy smokes. That failed miserably.
Fisherman64 said Jazrin hates bristle-nosed plecos.
Well, I would say you're not wrong. I'm just not a big fan of them. I don't know why. I've had a few of them in my time. There's just so many other cooler plecos out there. In my opinion. I'd rather have them. Alright, this is absolutely clogged, like 100% clogged. It's so clogged I can't even close the valve. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of plug bristle nose, but I don't mind anybody keeping them. It's not my thing. I'm a hater. And all this algae. It's like linked into the rocks. God, man. Can't go anywhere. Not a lot of algae getting picked up. Look at that. Holy smokes. Don't suck it up.
Fishcapade said if you're thinking of getting a pleco, stop. Get a group of Pandagaras instead. You're
There you
welcome.
go. Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Although, Panda Gyros are cool. There are definitely other cool Gyros too. I have some. I have Spilotas, I have Rufias, I have Garas. Or Pandas, I mean. Logged again. Go unclog. Unclog my mess. Oh, we could do. So we could start this siphon. Disconnect. Nope. That means we're clogged somewhere else. Okay. We could probably gravity do this now. Take an eternity doing it like this. Just never ending. Oh! Come on, gravity. Work with me.
Geek Boy said you actuality used that stupid Venturi sink attachment.
I do. It does work. Sounds like it's clogged when you're dealing with this much algae. But it does work. Also wastes a lot of water, but
Window Licker #5 said what fish are in that tank.
these are the Celebes, the original colony. Celebes rainbows. There should be a 333 in here somewhere. But honestly, I've not seen him in a long time. But doesn't surprise me because they really like to hide. So he could be in here, or he could be dead. I don't know what's happening. I don't think we have a siphon anymore. Ooh. Either that or we're clogged in the pipe. Gotta be clogged.
Bionic Bigfoot said I use a pump to do water changes much faster than water weigh.
Yeah, but dude, if you're pumping this much algae out, dude, the pump's gonna get shot in a minute. It's gonna be more clogged, and then you're dealing with electricity. And a pump. I think we're clogged here at this knuckle. Almost guarantee it, so let's do this. Drain this part. Let's take this part. That looks pretty clear. however, does not. Set you right here. See if we can do this. Wet hands. Unthread. Disconnect. That's the culprit. Some algae with a seashell in it, or a snail shell. Couldn't pass through this part. Should be restored. Yep. So, yep. Try and get some mole mat here.
Geek Boy said, why not just tip the tube in upside down, fill it with water and lift it to start the siphon? Then you don't clog a venturi that isn't there.
True. I mean, I could do that, but this also drains the water quicker with this venturi. Otherwise, we'd be here all day. We're still clogged. And as you saw, we were not clogged at the venturi. We were clogged in the tube. Right here. Probably clogged here again. Yep, I can actually see it. I literally just had this. Yeah. Try this again. Because it keeps sucking up all those shells. And that ain't good. I think that's it.
Geek Boy said, doesn't take me all day to drain the 90 and 75 with siphon alone. It's gravity broken in PA.
No. But like I said, this is faster. I am on a stream. This does actually, like, it pulls it quicker too than gravity. So that's the other reason I like doing this. But I do the gravity on a lot of tanks, like that 125. I'll just let the gravity feed. The 90, I'll do it on gravity. Stuff you gotta stop from getting sucked up. You know, I'd say there's anything wrong with doing it with gravity. Gravity siphon quite a bit. Sometimes, like that extra, the extra. We are somewhere a little bit better here. Reaching what, like a 50%? Getting close. There's an awful lot of stuff just laying around in this tank. Reclogged it. Which happens. There. To make you feel better, Geek Boy, here you go. Use gravity.
Geek Boy said I've also had 2 of those Venturi adapters break and spray water all over the kitchen.
Interesting.
No thank you.
I've never had them break. The only thing that's like, well, I have a quick disconnects on all my stuff, so I think that helps maybe. That snail shell right there, it's probably going to clog it. Gravity. Such a lonely word. Come on, dude. Yep. We'll wait. God, come on. All right, we're at a
Geek Boy
good
said,
50%
oh good,
here.
water change. The musical has started.
Nope, reclogged. Right here.
Dave's Aquarium Thoughts said, happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday,
I'm
man.
almost on Monday, and I can tell you today is a great day.
That's good. Absolutely, positively fantastic day, man. All right. I think we're going to be good on this. I don't want to do too much of more because we're already below. Spilling water. It's still reclogged
Andy
here.
Carson said I was gifted a big python 15-ish years ago. I've never used it. Old school works fine for me. Fishyman64 said, like watching paint dry.
Yup. But you know. Alright, I am going to start this back up. So I can drain this hose. I feel like we're clogged. I feel like we got a lot of stuff right here in this tube. Yeah, we're definitely choked up somewhere. This tube is not draining.
Bionic Bigfoot said, Geek Boy. I have a metal Venturi adapter.
And that's where it clogged out. Clogged down here. shut that off.
Geek Boy said I thought we all came here bedhead. We have nothing better to do than watching paint dry. Just me. Oh well.
Must be just you. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, you're calling there. No, not.
Dave's aquarium thought said sticking your hands in the wet paint is more fun.
Indeed. All right. I think we got water coming out of this hose now.
Vinoksky said good morning, guys.
Hello, Vinoksky. What's up, man? Good morning. All right. I think we got that. Clear this algae out of the sink. That's the other thing you gotta worry about. Clogging up the stupid drain with algae. I don't know if you had to worry about it, but I do.
Bionic Bigfoot said good morning, Vinoksky.
Alright, that's cool. Alright, we've done that. Go over here. Let's fill it. Whoa, hang on. Before we fill this up, let's see if we can see any plecos. This log is like decaying fast. I don't think we're gonna see anything with that. But behind this log apparently there's a lot of algae, so. What did I do with that algae? There it is. A trusty tray.
Dave's aquarium thoughts said anyways. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Time for me
Dave.
to get some sleep.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane, said a lot of you did tune into my Fishroom build to literally watch mud and paint dry on a live stream.
Dedicated, man. It's right here. It's a rock. Okay. Why did I create a mess? We ain't finding anything in this tank. Alright, whatever. Let's fill it up. Hope for the best. Grabbing clumps of algae, I see. Can see them. Yeah, these are the Celebes rainbows. This is like
Geek
the
Boy
original
said,
colony.
I don't worry about clogged pipes since, like fish streams, my tanks drain out into the lawn. Maybe you just like having guys come out to snake your pipes.
I don't have any of those problems. I usually try and keep it pretty Pretty simple. But I also don't have a lawn, so kind of live in a city. Grabbing some of this algae that's still all over this log. Clump here, clump there, here a clump, there a clump, everywhere a clump. All right, as good as I'm gonna do today. Boom.
Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion.
All right. Hopefully let that settle.
Window licker #5 said going into London this afternoon and hoping to score some plants from a person on Kijiji.
Nice.
Hopefully it goes well. Also needs some food from Bobby G's.
Let's hope, man. Good luck. Trying to clean off some of these leaves.
Geek Boy said drain onto the sidewalk, parking lot, your bitchy neighbor's window, wherever.
Down the drain. That's where I do it. Simply more convenient. Ow. Alright, that's that. It's algae. Alright. That's that. I made a huge mess over here. Get this out of the tank. Just Alright, let's move on.
Fishymon64 said window licker lives in England.
London, France, man. Still got a ton of samples. Apparently I'm dumping samples on the thing there. Here. Alright, let's move that. Move that. Close this lid. Clean this real quick.
Andy Carson said I thought #5 was in Canada. Anyway,
Yes,
have fun,
yes.
#5.
I believe he is. I was just joking. Okay. Honestly, that probably just needs another water change. We gotta let it settle. And that filter's barely even Chooching.
Window Liquor #5 said yes. London, Ontario, Canada, lol.
There you go. There you go. All right. What else? All right. Since we're over there, and this is part of the plan today, is I have a couple tanks here that are absolutely overrun with guppy grass. To the point where, like, my threadfin, well, this should just have Blue Dream shrimp in here, or not Blue Dreams, Bloody Marys. However, can't tell because there's nothing but endless wads of guppy grass. Oh, so we got to take care of this. Actually, I'm going to get a bucket because there's going to be a lot of this. So let's take this bucket. I'm going to rinse it out real quick. Oh, come on, man.
Fisherman64 said Jasmine were drinking BB a coffee.
Maybe. It's probably in there. Whoa. Go. All right, we're gonna try. Let's pull this algae out, or this hair, this green, whatever, guppy grass. That's the word. Not making too much of a mess, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. So, run for your lives, little shrimp. Hair algae right down here in the front.
Fishymourn64 said Jasmine, is that a sterling silver bell?
Yes, it is. I don't know about sterling silver, but it's a bell. It was the sand cap bell. Cap it with sand. Remember this? Old Father Fish days. Let's see if anything remains in this tank after this. Don't know if I even have anything left in here. Nothing but algae. Oh, guppy grass was not algae, but this filter over here. Holy moly.
Window Liquor #5 said I live in a small town in between London and Windsor, Ontario. 2 hours to Detroit and 3 hours to Buffalo.
Oh wow. Not too horrible. This filter is covered in algae. Apparently the guppy grass is growing in this filter. Roots in here too. Let me clean this real quick. I'm actually going to put some water in this in case there is any shrimp that got stuck in the, what do you call it, the guppy grass. Take a look at that later.
Andy Carson said, I'm feeling nervous watching you grab gobs of plants. Last week, I was thinning plants and accidentally grabbed my female red neon blue eye.
Yeah, see?
The male looks so lonely.
Aw. I'm just gonna add some water here to make sure. Yeah. Hopefully there's nothing in there, but if it is, hopefully I'll catch it before that water gets dumped. Let me clean this filter as best as I can. Got guppy grass roots growing all in and out of this. Like corn sulk. Man, these are some serious roots. At least the guppy grass is thriving. Alright. That's that. Put that back. All the way back over here. Alright, we're gonna do this real quick. I have to cut this. 1 sec. Oh, we got scissors right here. Aquascaping scissors. Not the greatest, but they work. What did I just do with that? There it is. Actually, I have to go to a piece of this tubing that's not like super stiff. There is where it transitions from stiff to not stiff. Whoa, where'd that go? Cool. This can go back on there. This can go over there. That goes down the tube. Algae. Alright.
Geek Boy said I don't imagine many scissors work well with algae shaping. Bootscats said, good morning all.
Good morning, Bootscats. And yeah, I think I'd probably need like an electric trimmer. A hair trimmer. Alright. I think we've got all the gunk we're getting out of that. Let's do a water change.
CR Pish Cheryl Smith said, good morning, Jason.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's top this off. Or wait, let's not top it off. Let's do a water change. And you know what else helps with this siphon here in Geek Boy? Is tanks that are below the sink, like this one. Kind of hard for water to flow uphill.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Good morning, Beatscats, Beatscats."
And to your whole let it drain in the yard thing, I'm in a basement, so it would all have to flow uphill, even to get to a yard. So, I guess this works. Oh no, we are definitely clogged somewhere. What is going on? I don't know where we're clogged though. Somewhere in this tube. Yeah, there is a shrimp. That's it!
Fishcapade said, "Okay, everyone, I have an urgent and pressing matter to announce. Cough, cough, Ed.
Uh-oh.
Dull."
Now let's see if we can force water through this tube. No, it's not even coming out there, is it? Barely. So clog must be right here. Alright. I have no idea where we're clogged.
Fishcapade said, "Jason, your AI is fired."
Yeah. Well, we got water flowing through now. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let's turn the water off. Huge mess.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Pass the joint Fishcapades."
I'm not sure where it was clogged, if it was clogged.
Fishcapade said, "Ed."
Okay. I'm not sure what's happening there, but it's hilarious.
Fishcapade said, "Super fired."
That's too funny. Too funny. Alright.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Ed."
He's having all sorts of problems, man. We do have flow here, so... Let's try this.
Benjamin Peters said, "Good morning, Jason."
Good morning. Try not to suck up any babies or little shrimps. Alright, now we got some flow. Oh, that was a shrimp. Good to see that there's still some shrimp in here. Well, Let's not get the algae. Not get that little shrimp. We're about 50%. I don't want to go too crazy in shrimp tanks. More than I normally would do in a shrimp tank, but water level was low to begin with. Okay. These are Bloody Marys in here. Let me move you over here a sec. Yes. Okay. All right. Knock that there.
Fishcapade said okay for real this
Whoa.
time, I announce I shall be going to one of my local fish stores in an effort to acquire more gobies and to get filming permission for my first live stream.
Sweet. Cool. When's this happening? I filled that bucket up a little bit more with some water, so we caught any shrimp in there, we can get them
310
out.
Aquatics said good morning, everyone.
Good morning, 310. Thanks for making it. Fill this up. And once it settles, we can actually see in here. There are still some shrimp in here, so that's a good sign. Ooh.
Fishcapade said I'm shooting for
Grandpa
next
snail.
Sunday or Monday. The idea was to go fish store hopping, since I live so close to 5 local fish stores.
Oh wow, that's cool. Okay, that was guppy grass tank number 1. Now, let that chill out, settle out. You can see the one Bloody Mary right there. Saw another little one somewhere. Let's grab this. Make sure I keep feeding this tank. We skipped a couple of feedings on that, honestly. I'll throw in some of these Mystery Snail Guardian pellets. I got these at samples at the Clash. I got like a whole bunch. They were in the, I think there were a lot of them. Some were in the gift bag. I think I got samples. Some in this one too. We'll let that settle down. All right, moving on. The other big guppy grass mess, this tank. Well, I guess I can turn the light on. This tank has, or had, threadfin rainbows. So let me pull the lid off of this. This light's gotta move for now. Bear with me. Lid's coming off. Gotta clean this lid. Here to clean. Why is there water all over the floor? I think I spilled it from the thing. Let's uncook this. Clean this lid up real quick. All the junk that gets accumulated on lids.
Congratulations, Bruiser Sir. See you on the membership milestone. Bruiser CB has been an extraordinary aquarist for 21 months.
Right on, Bruiser! Congrats, man. Thank you. Alright, alright, alright. Set that one. Clean the other plate. Okay. Those are clean-ish. Oops. Knocked the net. Okay. Set that there for now. Gotta put that light back on the tank so we can actually see what we're doing. Take a step back. I'm just gonna pull in some of this guppy grass and hopefully we see some fish in here. It's been a while since I've been able to see any fish in this tank. If there even are any. Like a lot of guppy grass. This is a pretty massive. Oh! Here, grab this big thing of algae. I'm going to add some water to this in case the thread fins got stuck in that. Here's a big old snail. It's just a shell. Okay. Guess we do a water change on this too. See what's in here. Holy moly's. A sec. Sucked up too much mold. Too much algae. We'll just use gravity. This is above the sink. I see one fish right there. Female. Stop flowing again. There's definitely something choking up this line somewhere. Barely trickling out of here. Yeah, we're about the halfway mark here. Do this. Should do. See, need a flashlight, honestly, to see if I can see any. Oh, that ain't gonna work. This hose is a little too ancient. Somewhere between here and there I can feel. Hose is filled with water there, but not here. Let's clog again. Nice. Alright, whatever. Now, let's fill this up. The lid's back on it and see if we have any fish. I have to go through the buckets. Honestly, should not let the algae get, or the guppy grass get that thick. I did see one fish in here. There's just a little guy though. Hang this over here. Go get the lid. Put the lid back on. Whoops. Gonna need that. Alright, I'm gonna set this down back here again for a hot minute. This needs to get out of the way for a minute. All the cat hair that just got on there off.
Window Licker #5 said so when I'm out today and grabbing aquarium supplies. Gotta wear my Depths Unknown t-shirt.
Heck yeah, man. Loud and proud, man. I appreciate that, man. Representing. Alright, lid is back on. Light is going back on. Untangle it from the hose. There we go. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing too many of the thread fins at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were all hiding back here. Man, I gotta clean that. Here, filter is like a disaster. Where's the, here. Let's go over here. Grab my handy dandy tray. Give this a rinse. Blackbeard off of it. All right. Moving right along. That's on this one. Cool. Now we're a little cleaner. Just a little. I do not see how I can see. Clogged up here. Whatever. Stirred up, I should say. Let it settle. Oh, there's one of them. Flipping out. Hey, dude, chill out. He's hanging at the bottom. Unimpressed. Oh, that's at least two in there. Oh, yeah, I'm going to put this mop back in with the fricattas before I forget. Let's grab this mop. Give mops for a moment here.
Window Licker Hash 5 said you haven't tested the 75 today yet.
I
How are
know,
the
I haven't.
numbers?
We'll get in it. We'll get into it. I just want to do these. Let's do these mops real quick. I'm going to move over here. We will do the 75, but I was going to try and set up. Yeah, I see a bunch of babies right there. These are the Gertrudes. Gertrude. I see you, little Gertrudes. Yellow mop can go in. Green mop can come out. Some of the snails off of it. Give this a rinse. Stick this in the parent tank. And we will keep chooching. Alright, what else? That's clearing up. That's clearing up. That's clearing up. The mops that I take outside. Here. Let's move this bench out the way. Let's go here. You can see those babies. See at least two right over there.
Andy Carson said, how is the tub outside doing?
So far, so good. I'm pretty sure it was real hard because there was a lot. I cleaned a lot of algae out of it the other day, and I did see at least one fry floating around there. So hopefully there's a lot more. But we're gonna. What I was gonna do next is the next, I believe, this tank is one that I'm putting outside for the past guys.
Aquatic Moose said sup benches.
Yo, what's up, Aquatic Moose? I don't see any eggs. This. You never know. I can miss these things. So this is one I'm going to put outside. The other one I'm going to put outside, I believe, is in this tank. These are green mops too. Yeah, there's definitely eggs in this. This is the Celebes, but these are like technically my F2s, I guess I would call them. See some eggs. So we'll put that outside. And then the other one would have been the Dacas, but I don't know if this is working very well. Scratch pad thing. People seem to swear by this for these Madacas. I have not been able to see any eggs on these. I don't know. So this goes all outside. So I will do that in a hot minute. I'll set that there for now. There's a puppy in the way. The bed is like right by the door. I don't want to disturb a puppy. Let sleeping dogs lie. Alright. So, oh yeah, I gotta do the Luminatus. We already did. Celebes are there, the Fricatas are there, Luminatus is here. Past guys are going outside. So, Luminatus are the only ones we gotta grab real quick. I'll throw that in there. A green one in here somewhere. Here. Guess we should look for any Luminatus fry, honestly. Sure nothing's stuck in it. Rinse this out real quick. Throw that mop in. See if we have any fry. I'm not seeing any in this tank in a little while, man. Luminatus have not really been doing pretty good for breeding for me, man. Maybe I'm just not feeding enough. See anything in there? Gone.
Victor C said your sharks look big.
Thanks. Bala sharks, I'm assuming? Yeah, they're getting big, man. This is the Celebes tank, the fry. Pull this out of here. I do have a lot of babies coming out of this one. But these are technically F2s as well, because they came from the F1s. A bunch of them in there. They're growing slowly. I have a mop in the F1s. I should take some of the F1s and put them outside. The mop, I mean. Treat everything that comes out of there as an F2, I guess. So,
Window Licker #5 said, "What's the temp? Is the siphon dead?"
siphon's dead. I turned it off. I have got to come up with a better method, honestly. I'm going to put this green mop in there. I'm going to put this yellow mop here. Actually, give me eggs in here. Well, I did have eggs in the other mop, so maybe I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And not try to booger it up and put the yellow mop in there. Let's back this up a hair. Bottom tank has fricatas in it. They're doing pretty good. Well, they're definitely hatching. The temp in here is, whoa. I moved the whole tank, holy cow. Here, I can shoot this with the gun. See what the temps are. The coldest tank would probably be the one on the bottom here. Let's see. It's 77, that's actually not too bad. 76. 70, well, let's see where we adjust to. 74. 70. 73.7, 73.9, depending on where I look. 73.2, 72, 71. What are we hitting? I know what we're looking at. About 70 degrees. This tank, yeah, 69, 68. Might be a little too cold. 67.6. Seems to go up from there. It's on the little chilly side for tropicals now. Those are the Celebes in there. Was babies in here.
Window Licker #5 said play with 3D printer instead of being a Star Citizen.
Yeah, I haven't actually played any games like that. I've been doing a lot of going out and walking around with the wife. Touching grass, man. There's at least one baby in here. I think it should be a Pascal unless you know, something happened. We got cross-contaminated. All right. So let me put that back. Put this back. Yeah, I gotta get that 3D printer up and running. Start that movement. Yeah, so that's that. I'm still in I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Ideally, I wanted to do this all in with a sump system so that I don't have to use one heater. But like I said, I'm having a problem drilling these tanks. Although for as cold it is, there's a lot of fish in there. I don't know if you can see them all. Let's see if I can bring it closer, and then you might be able to see them all. They're all Celebes. I'm seeing, I don't know, probably 2 dozen. Dozen and a half, maybe? There's got to be more.
Love to trip on fish, aka RJ, said popped a breaker making coffee.
Uh-oh.
Didn't realize that half the fish room was on the same breaker.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's another problem you got to worry about, right? There is, oh, no wonder that tank was warm. There's a heater in that tank. Idiot. Set for this. Oh, it must have been hitting through the glass. I was getting warmer or cold. Yeah, there's a heater in this tank. Not in this tank and not in this tank. That's why this one's cold. No heater in this tank and no heater in this tank. I mean, I guess I could put 1, 2, 3, 4 more heaters in there and just call it a day. Would really like to get these drilled. Maybe, I don't know, man. I wonder if I could talk to a glass place and say, yo, can you put holes in these tanks? See if they can do it without breaking the tanks. Yeah, I don't really know how to do that. I mean, the overflow box, gotta look into that. That might be a good idea. Was it Jeff Kane's the one who sent me those? The other problem is there's an air conditioning vent like right here. And I normally block this up for the summer and I haven't done it yet. I mean, it's off, but a lot of air still escapes around this. You can't feel it, but I can feel all this air coming around it. So I usually just, well, I mean, maybe today's the day. What time is it? 11 o'clock. We gotta get serious. See, not much happening with my fish right now. They're doing good. Been spending a lot more time outside enjoying the weather. Same, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, let me think about what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take care of that. I'll do the water testing on the 75. I'll do the water change on the 75.
Window Licker #5 said glass place has to be cheaper than 4 more Inkbirds and 4 more heaters.
It's true. It's true. That is true. Maybe I'm just building my own aquarium. What, I need 5 pieces of glass?
Fisherman 64 said, "Don't hurt yourself."
Don't tell me what to do, Fishymon. I'll hurt myself if I want to. Need a screwdriver. Oh, popper. Sorry. Let me get a screwdriver. Maybe it might be upstairs. No, here's one. Oh, without a tip. Is there a tip in here? Not the tip I need. You're okay, puppy. Wait, where's the... No, that's not it. Here, this is what I need. Tip. Oh, I could just use that, but whatever. One! Ah, ah, ah. Two!
Fishcapade said, "Just on whatever you do, don't look down."
I am not that afraid of heights. Used to fly airplanes. That can get freaky. Oh. Try not to break things. All right.
Andy Carson said, "Jason, you haven't sneezed yet today to make sure Zoe still works."
He said that my nose just started itching. All right, underneath here somewhere I have this piece of foam. Yep. Let's clean the dust off of it. My handy dandy crafty piece of foam that I created. A little compass on here. I believe north was... Created like a north, south, east, west, so I know which orientation it goes. And I just jammed this in here. Jesus. Man, I thought I got all the fuzzy off there. Guess not. Holy mess. Batman. It's snug right there. Do with the lid. There it is. Now let's take these 4 nails, 4 screws. This back. Also have the screwdriver. Get the ratchet the right way. Put this back. I don't think we're going to end up doing that equilibrium thing today because I don't really have a container. I gotta either get a new trash can or I gotta figure out if I'm gonna alternate between salt and remineralized water in that one container that I do have. Still kind of on the fence about that. That should hold itself. Finish that off. Okay, now we're summarized. So winter comes, and it's time to take these out. So that's basically how I block that vent up. This is always difficult. Like doesn't really fit right. There we go. Okay, these are still shut. Cool. All right, that's taken care of. It's all back. Know where it is next time I need it. Now, let's do 75. Oh. Go down. Boom! Boom! All right. Yeah, things are looking okay in here, honestly. Doesn't look too out of control. I mean, you know, the Blackbeard is the Blackbeard. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 Pandagars right there. Not a Pandagar, that's a Cory. I don't know where the other 4 are. Moving somewhere. Oh, there's one on the back there. There's 5. Hmm. Yeah, let's do the testing. We'll do a water change, and I will work on...
Fishcapade said, yay, Pandagaras.
5.
Window
Maybe 3
Liquor
more.
#5 said, good thing you're summarized. I just let the dogs
There's one on
out,
the
and
glass.
OMG, it's really hot out there.
6. Yeah, it is. It's been brutal this week, man. Very humid. High 80s, low 90s. So I see 6 of the pandas. Assuming the other 2 are somewhere. Staying cool. Alright, well, let's get it. 6 of them. I've gone to feeding every other day, and I think that's kind of helping a little bit. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to bother testing the silicates today because it's going to be above. Just going to be maxed. I don't think I'm going to test the silicates again until we start doing using the remineralized water. I'm still...
Window Liquor #5 said the sponge on the left needs some help.
Oh yeah, the bubbles, yeah. Yeah, it's probably just clogged up. They both need some help, honestly. I'm gonna be honest here, they both need some help. Alright, let me move these over here. Is this the first time? I think this is the first time it's been under 80s in a while. Yeah. Took the dog out this morning. Had a nice breeze, but once that breeze stopped, man, it was humid. It's only in the 70s, but it was like wicked humid.
Victor C said, liked.
Thanks, Victor. Appreciate that. Alright, let me where's that? Let's me
Andy
get my
Carson
hand in
said,
here.
just because I'm curious, Can you pluck off a spot of BBA from the driftwood that is separate from the current open area? I
will.
wonder if the Gara prefers shorter BBA. Aquatic Moose said, do you think the Garas have done any work on that Bia?
I don't know, honestly. Let me, I will do that, Andy. And, let me clean these sponge filters real quick. Ooh, that was a mess. I'm just gonna rinse this real quick. And then we'll get into the water changing. Actually, I probably start the water change right now.
Here comes the rain.
He's still there.
Falling on my head like a memory. Falling on my head like a new emotion.
As I was out to breakfast yesterday with the wife, and it's like this little promenade shop we have around here, like outdoor. So we were walking around, and they have all these outdoor speakers. There was a song playing. It's been in my head ever since. It's from the 80s. Remember Roxette? Oh my god. Joyride, that was a new song. Come on the joyride. Been driving her nuts with it. She's probably upstairs rolling her eyes right now. We both had it in our head, like, the whole day. Hello, you fool, I love you. Come on a joyride. Now, hopefully you get it stuck in your head, too. Watch out, Panda. Man, this one's choked up. Let's rinse. Oh. I know I'm dating myself with that music.
Window Licker #5 said my earworm this week is playing with the Queen of Hearts.
Playing with the Queen of Hearts and knowing it ain't really smart. Joker's in the only fool. Man, who is that? Oh, is that a... Oh my god, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh man. Hang on.
Andy Carson said, so when are you going to have Lisa on the stream again?
I don't know. Good question. I know she's up there going, never. Oh. Alright, let's put this back together. Let's do it. Clear up some of this algae off this log and see. That helps. That actually makes a difference. Alright, let me I already unplugged that. So let me start this water changing. I will pull off that algae. And we will do the testing.
Window Licker #5 said Juice Newton.
Juice Newton, there we go. That's funny. That's so funny. Nope, didn't help. Alright, let's see. Let's try it right here. Big old clumping.
Love to Trip on Fish, aka RJ, said I'm going to try to figure out AI enough to mix Johnny Cash Hurt with Primus. My name is Mud.
Interesting. My name is Mud. This is not necessarily easy. I'm going to try and clean a small patch off like right over here-ish. So that we can noticeably see the difference.
Aquatic Moose said, hey, leave that BBA alone.
Hey, teacher, leave that BBA alone. Hey, where'd you come from? I don't know, I think this might be good right here. Got a little section. Oops, seems to be thinner than the others. I don't know. You can see where I did that? And test that theory. Yeah. Let me get rid of this algae. Hello, you I love you. The earworm of the week. I like it. Very true. All right. Let's get
Andy
some testing
Carson
done.
said, "Nibble. Gareth, nibble."
Nibble away! God, almost threw that towel right in that bucket full of water. All right. That's
Fisherman64
chooching.
said, "I'm actually in Walmart while watching paint dry."
Actually, in warm up. Walmart. Man, she didn't. Well, that's cool. All right. Oh, I need the lids for these test tubes. Hmm. I'm sorry for John. Yeah, exactly. Wonder if he wanted his Friday backs. I haven't seen him post in a while. What are you talking about? Dagnabbit. Now that song is gonna be stuck in my head all day. I haven't heard, yeah, 20. That's what I'm saying. I was even mentioning. I'm like, dude, remember this? In the rock set, they were like everywhere
Window Licker
in the
#5 said
80s,
that tune brings flashbacks of the county fair.
and they were. What is it? It was my wife's like Pretty Woman. Their song was in. It was the love ballad. Must have been love, but it's over now. They were everywhere. And what? That was it. They had one album, made their millions, and then out. That's the way to do it. Cold Water Aquatic. Oh, Brandon. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right, man. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, sometimes real life gets in the way, man. Cut. 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 Yeah, he used to have a really cool channel. I liked his natives. Did a lot of them. This is add the C2. My name is Mud. That's back in the 90s, man. Like the 90s bands. There's what, like, some of those 90s bands, they were cool, but some of them I could not get into. Pearl Jam was one of those. Every time I hear a Pearl Jam song, I'm kind of just like, ugh. Ugh. I don't know why. I don't know why. Smashing Pumpkins. Their first album was incredible. Awesome. Still, like, from beginning to end, that album was cool. But everything else they've done since then, just, I can't get into it. I don't know. I mean, maybe a song here or there. But yeah. That Despite All My Rage song, man, I want to kill people when I hear that. And not because I think it's cool. But you know, to each his own. If you like it, you like it. You don't have to like it.
Victor C said, "What is your next live concert attendance?"
Me? I've given up on live concerts decades ago. I actually kind of really do not enjoy that. I've been to a bunch of live concerts, like back in the 90s, festivals, all that good thing, and it just got, to me, it just became like a hassle. Overpriced tickets, overpriced price gouging, and you know, $10 for a bottle of water. Like, come on. Nothing but a bunch of annoying people running around you. Yeah, I got over that. I've seen a bunch of people. I saw Pink Floyd at Vet Stadium, like way back in the day. That stadium doesn't even exist anymore.
Window Licker #5 said, "What about Primus and the Brown Beaver?"
Winona's Big Brown Beaver. Yeah, I think the next concert I would go to would be like a symphony. If I could get into that. Everybody's sitting in their seats. Nobody's like on a hot, sweaty, smoky mess. A little bit of the old lovely Ludwig von. I could get into that. Beethoven's Ninth. Possibly one of the greatest pieces of music ever written. All right.
Benjamin Peters said, "Jason, you've become an adult soul."
I know. Shaking
Victor
my
C
fist at
said
these
we
kids.
could have a Fisherman open mic concert someday.
There we go. Now that I would go to.
Window Licker #5 said, "I would love to catch the Stones."
I don't know. See, that's another thing I kind of liked. I mean, come on, man. Those guys were cool in the 70s, possibly 80s, but like, give it up, dude. 444 is what the TDS is. Like, it's just watching geriatric dudes like trying to rock out. Like, come on. It's just, you're just living on a cash cow now, I guess. Not that I fault them for that, but ain't my gig.
Bootscats said, "Dang kids and their rock and roll music."
That's right. Back in my day. What is today's date? Today is 13/2025. TDSs are 444. A little bit up from last time. Okay. So we had to get a blood test yesterday. She was not happy about it. She has thyroid meds she has to take. Every year they got to do a test to make sure her levels are at the right.
Victor C said, "Those whippersnappers."
Exactly. Yeah, you can ask my wife about this. This is probably a couple of years ago now. We were in the bedroom. The windows were open, and I was making all sorts of like, just yelling, screaming,
Love
something.
to Trip on Fish, aka RJ, said, "I miss going to concerts, mosh pits, and having fun, but prices are out the roof,
Yeah.
and I would probably break bones to myself now."
Exactly. Yeah.
Fisherman
That's how I feel.
64 said, "Jazrin is just jealous. No one wants to catch his stones."
Yeah. No, it was like we were sitting in the bedroom. I was yelling about something. All I heard was the kids outside. They were playing, and all of a sudden they were like, "What was that?"
Bruiser CB
And one kid
said,
was like,
"Aerosmith
"Oh,
is
it's just
on.
that
I'd
crazy
like to have
old guy."
seen."
My wife's like, "Your eyes just lit up like you were the happiest man on earth." I'm like, I am that crazy old guy now. I've been waiting my whole life for that moment. Bruce said, "Aerosmith is on. I'd like to have seen." It was one you'd like to have seen. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But that's like I'm saying the same thing, man. I'm just over the live scene. I was over it like in my 30s. I went
Window
to see
Licker
Simon and
#5
Garfunkel,
said I
actually.
thought that
I think it was the
about
last
Ozzy
concert
years
I went
ago.
to.
But wow. He put
0.42.
a really good show on. He was nothing like on the TV show.
Ozzy, yeah.
Benjamin Peters said crazy old guy status is the pinnacle.
That's right, man. Living that life now. All right, 0.42 was the phosphates, which is down slightly from last week. Still got a minute on the nitrates. Oh, man. If I can turn this light off.
Alician AS said, so sad to
Alishon,
see
what up?
Frankie Valli and Johnny Mathis still performing.
Yeah, dude. Man, those guys are what, like 90s?
Andy Carson said, I do get a kick out of kids listening to old rock and roll, and the look on their faces sour when they find out the songs came out when I was teen back in the 80s.
Yeah. All right.
Ah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, check this out. First of all, there's all the rainbows, red fins. I think we got them all. Second of all, look at all these freaking planaria crawling all over the glass. Holy smokes. Came out of the woodwork. Marching. Might have to do something for that.
Love to Trip on Fish, aka RJ, said Ozzy should have retired a decade ago and let us remember the good old days.
Yeah. What is it? Speaking of fish, one of my coworkers is going to the fish concert that's coming, I guess, to Philly. And I'm covering her job sites for the week. Which I'm not happy about because they're like an hour away. But whatever. I suppose they're probably pretty easy. Ish. Alright. Why is this nitrate not reading? 18.2. 18.2. It's 10 years ago. So damn. 18.2. Oops. Alright. Here we go. This week in water testing. Nitrates have kind of leveled off again. I'm not entirely sure what this big dip was. We did some water changes. The phosphates, like hopefully we're on a downward climb again. I don't know. TDS's kind of around the same here. Not going to test that this week because I'm pretty sure it's just going to be over 2.0. Jeff, congrats. Whoops. No, what did I just do? Apparently I got to fix that. Happy to get the fish room of your dreams. Hope you're getting out. Enjoying summertime too. Oh, planaria. Yep, that's exactly what that was. Little worms marching all over the glass. That video of them. I wonder why the fish don't eat them. I feel like they would be a great snack for fish. Well, these guys are actually kind of little, so. Alright, while this is draining, all that's been tested. I still have some brine shrimp I need to feed.
Bruiser CB said years back, we were at a motorcycle rally Charlie Daniels performed. That was
Nice.
the best performance I've ever seen.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been at some good shows, man. Don't get me wrong. I just got over the whole scene, like I said. I mean, the tickets were like through the roof to begin with. If you didn't want to sit in like nosebleed seats or whatever. Scalpers
Barbara
would always buy
Jackson
the
said,
best
good
seats.
morning, Jason and everyone.
Good morning, Barbara. Yeah, seats were, I mean, super expensive for any tickets that weren't like nosebleed because scalpers ruined everything. Uh, then you have people like parking was always a nightmare, and that was like 50 bucks. Unless you wanted your car broken into. Um, yeah, and then, you know, anything inside this thing was ridiculously overpriced. But I do have to say, I think when I went to that Simon and Garfunkel concert, that was actually kind of cool. People were chill. That was, but you know, not too many people are, you know, mosh pitting to Simon and Garfunkel. That was like a reunion tour, I think, or whatever. Back man, ex-wife. That was a while ago. Many, many moons ago. Here is...
Alishan AS said, for summer tubbing people, Dr. Ted is doing a live stream today at 3 p.m. EDT.
Nice. On, does he have a channel? Or is it on the Bucks County Aquarium Society page or whatever channel? Where is he streaming at? Talking about Ted Coletti, right? Musician extraordinaire. The guy that's always doing the karaoke or whatever, not karaoke, whatever, sing-along thing. At Clash.
Window Liquor #5 said they broke up before the 90s bummer We Are Old. Alishan AS said his channel, The Tub Pond Handbook.
I think you're a mod here, aren't you? Why don't you put that link? Pretty sure you're a mod. Hang on. I remember you being a mod. Yeah, you're a mod. Yeah, send a link. Put a link to the channel, please. While that's draining, I will start eating some of this brine shrimp out. Various smaller fish. I said hello, you fool. I gotta stop singing. Alright, the only other thing we gotta do is finish this water change, and then we gotta make sure there's no shrimp in the tub. Pretty sure all 5, yeah, I had 5 thread fins, they're all in that tank, so I don't need to worry about searching through that. Unless they had babies for some reason. I don't think they did. Goldfish. The goldfish, by the way, remember last week when I put all that duckweed in there? In the goldfish tank? Gone. Every last bit of it. Gone. They were not joking around. Those goldfish love that duckweed. One of these days I'm gonna figure out this whole equilibrium thing, and then we're gonna deal with that too.
Barbara Jackson said that's a beautiful piece of wood. Is it real?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a whole story behind that piece of wood. That's the one that I had, I had to have Fishroom buy it for me because I tried to lowball the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, get the hell out of here." I was like, "All right." Fishroom made him an offer. But when did I do that thing? I just did that thing. Gotta do this thing. All right. That is all the brine. So I gotta disconnect that. This needs to be cleaned, reset. I'm almost done with this water change. Yeah. One, two, three, four, five. I see 5 pandas right there. I see 6 over there. 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Oops. Good enough. All right. We can be done with this. Put that away. Let us start filling this tank up.
B&W Aqua said, "Good morning, folks and crazy old guys."
Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. We're on the tail end here, though. All right, let me see if I have any shrimp stuck in this while we're sitting here looking. I feel like some shrimp should have made it out of here by now. I am not seeing anything, so let that sit for a little more. I think maybe while that's filling, should be enough pressure to rinse all this. Barely.
Love to trip on fish, aka RJ, said, "Alexa, tell OK Google what's wrong with Siri."
Yes. I just give this the old hand wash. This is the Zis brine shrimp hatchery thing. It works pretty well. I can't complain. Guess we should top it off. That's full. Turn that off. Back. Plug in the heater. Plug in there. Let's add some salt. It's ready to go. I probably won't do the brine shrimp till tomorrow morning. If I remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tablespoons.
Crazy 4 Seahorses said, "Hey there, how is the Taino culture going? I see the BBA garden is doing well."
BBA garden is doing great. Cyano's actually been getting a little bit better, honestly. Hang on, let me stop that beeping. Get this salt off my fingers. Bring this back over there. The ink bird is going crazy because there's temp drop. Below 75. There we go. I started feeding every other day.
Lovely, that is.
And the cyanos, we did clean it recently. It's starting to come. I mean, it's coming back again, but it's taking a little while this time. So I think maybe we're onto something here. Feeding every other day. I'll keep up on it. I got to do water change on that tank, but I'm not gonna have time for it right now because it's almost 11 or 12. Oh man. Yar. Yeah. Getting there. I think the next step is we're gonna try and start using remineralized water on this 75. I'm gonna try and experiment. I think I'm just gonna have to get another brute.
Crazy
Trash
4
can.
Seahorses said, "Nice, it takes time for it goes away, is usually just a nutrients."
Yeah, I think cutting the feeding in half is obviously cut the nutrients in half. So do that, man. It'll be time for lunch soon. I hear the food being prepped. Hold on. Oh yeah. I had a half a burger from last night, man. I didn't eat the whole thing. Man, this is like this place called House and Barn. Apparently they were voted in the top 100 burgers in the nation. Pretty freaking good. That's all I'm gonna say. Pretty freaking good. I had a Kobe beef burger. It's good. So I'm good, you know. I only ate half of it because we had like crab cakes and all that other stuff. I hope I'm making you all hungry, because I am. One, two, I still only, whatever, I can't even count these guys anymore. Well, I guess I should add.
Congratulations, PNW Aqua, on the membership
All right.
milestone. PNW Chichikwa has been an extraordinary aquarist for 21 months.
Congrats, man. I don't know what she was trying to say there, but congrats and thanks for the support, man. Appreciate it. All right, we added some iron, whatever this Nilo CG stuff is. Iron. Do this about once a week. I have noticed that these leaves and these have gotten a lot since I started using this. It's kind of definitely turned like a darker shade of green. So I think that's good. I do think it is doing something. When I do the remineralizer, like we got talked about that, I'm gonna need probably some macro or micronutrients.
Andy Carson said, "Well, I am now hungry."
Good.
Thanks for the stream, Jason. Everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you for coming. Thank you everyone for being there. Make it possible. All right, that's filled. Let's wrap this hose up. It's out the way. Turn that filter back on in a sec.
Barbara Jackson said, "I feel like having pancakes this morning,
Ooh,
and maybe bacon too."
that sounds good too. I've had a craving for pancakes recently. Oh, what is it? Last time when we went out last week for breakfast or whatever, I got French toast. It was alright. It was alright. Didn't hit the spot though. But it was good. I can't complain. Alright, let's plug this back in. Hope for the best. Yeah, fix that. That's cool. Alright, cool, that's working. One thing I do need to do is add water to this saltwater tank, because it's getting a little low. That's what that flow is you keep hearing. And you fill my RO jugs too.
Andy Carson said, "I just heard of a thing called a bacon steak. Sounds amazing."
Bacon steak, whoa.
Window Liquor #5
Sounds
said
dangerous.
sausage and egg state. The wife just left to grab sausage rounds.
Nice. Alright, start filling that up.
Barbara Jackson said, "A restaurant that makes really good pancakes is a rare place. I'm very picky about my pancakes."
Yeah, I understand that. It's been a while since I had some good pancakes. There's this one place we started going to, it was called Turning Point. I think it's a chain or franchise or whatever. And they have some really good breakfast, man. They had this basically eggs Benedict, but it was like a Cajun flair to it. They used cornbread instead of like the muffin. There was like, oh, it was really good. I don't even know how to begin to describe it. Really, really good. I think it was called like the Big Easy or something like that. So good. Uses Cajun
Victor C.
spices.
said, "Thanks for live streaming at Depths Unknown."
Well, thanks
Have
for
a
being
great
here,
day.
man. Thank you, and you too. All right, I've rinsed out these vials, put them back. Everything's ready, I think, for next week as far as that goes. Put that away. Put this away.
J-Rock Does Stuff said, "Rolling through today.
Good
Saw
morning."
you here having your knife fight with the BBA. Weird.
Every week.
Enjoy your day, bud."
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, every week we get in this knife fight, and I think I'm losing. Oh well. But yeah, that's good here.
Window Liquor #5 said, "My mom used to make a real mean corn dog with pancake mix. We call them pogos."
I haven't had a corn dog in a while. There was a 4th of July. We ended up out at a picnic. Well, not a picnic. We went to this park, and we just got there like early in the morning and didn't know they were even having anything there. But they had like all sorts of food trucks. Oh man, we had funnel cake. Oh, it's been like, I don't know. It's a Pennsylvania Dutch thing, but it is so freaking good. Basically like pancake batter that's drizzled into like a frying bat, and it fries. Put some powdered sugar on it. Oh man, it's like as American as it gets, as far as I'm concerned. And that, and there was like a gyro stand or a truck, food truck. Oh man, it was incredible too. Makes me crave it. Anyway, enough of this food talk. I'm gonna go eat. All right, folks. I appreciate everyone hanging out today. It's been a blast. This skillet. Yeah, I used to make. My stove has a skillet in it on the whatever. Use it every once in a while. We do some pancakes. Pain about to clean though. But yeah. All right, folks. So thanks for everyone hanging out. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, please leave it down below. I do answer them, read them all. And
Barbara
all that
Jackson
good
said,
stuff.
thanks, Jason and everyone. Have a fantastic day.
Thanks, and you too. And if there's anything you need me to see or want to show off or whatever, feel free to email me there. Send whatever you like. I'll check it out. If not, hit that like on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't. I don't know what you're doing. And then we'll see you all next week, all right? All right, guys. Thanks for everyone hanging out. We'll see you next week. Bye.